because my bank account heard of those checks. So that's okay. Like you don't gotta know who I am, but I'm still eating off of albums that I put out because I put them out the right way. So I'd rather have my album out and you never heard of me than have my mixtape out and everybody heard of me, but I don't have no passive income. I have nothing to leave to anybody. My material can get left to my daughter. She takes over the rights. You know, when I pass away, she takes over the rights, the publishing. If a commercial in Germany decide to use one of my songs, I get paid for that. So this was just good business, and that's why, you know, one thing about the music industry is it's business. Like I would actually have to say most of it is business. You can have lyrics and everything, but it's business, and then it's your image, and then it's your talent.
Yeah, that's facts. That's all facts right there. I totally agree. You know, when you was doing that mixtape, the Renaissance, you was spitting some hard bars on there, yo. That was like Public Enemy mixed with NWA and Nas all at the same time. I don't even know. That's a crazy combination. But it was some hard bars on there. You know what I'm saying? It was you rapped on some classic instrumentals on there, and it was a lot of original material on there. Yep. You even was storytelling on there.
It was It was a lot more original songs than most people were putting on mixtapes, because I remember I was going to Brooklyn to record with Access Immortal. So I was recording at Access Studio in Brooklyn. You know, shout out to Brooklyn, because they were my first core supporters, were in Brooklyn and Rhode Island and Boston. Don't ask me why, but my first fans were up there. But I remember when I was recording the mixtape, Access kept saying, you know, this is supposed to be a mixtape, right? So you're supposed to go on instrumentals. And I said, but this unheard of producer sent me this beat, and I want to rap on this beat, and I want to rap on this beat. And it was beautiful. Like Apple Bottom Jeans was out back then, and I was in my world. I remember I recorded that mixtape in probably 2-week period. I recorded my album in a month. Cause I was a beast. I mean, I was like Tupac. Like I had lyrics that I wrote down in 2001 and 2003, and here it was 2006, and somebody put me in front of a microphone, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna say some shit now. I got a microphone. I got a beat. You crazy?
Yo, all I remember is showing up at a lot of them spots in the studios, shows, and them motherfuckers is trying to just wreck your mic on purpose. You know what I'm saying? You do this. We show up for the sound check, and your mic was just perfect. Soon as the show started and people start paying and came in and it was your time to perform, all of a sudden your mic don't work. Mm-hmm. I remember so many times that happened, and you just saying, fuck it. I could do it a cappella. It don't even matter. And I would look at the faces of people in the crowd, and they would just be captivated because you had such a powerful voice, and the content. Your content was powerful. It wasn't supposed to come from a woman that's 5 foot tall and and you know, just small, and you know, it's just a small thing with all this powerful energy coming through the microphone. It was crazy. Yeah,
I remember it every time I went to perform, whether you were there or not. Like having you there was real cool, because you being my manager and being an A&R, you would always have my back. You know, you would be screaming on dudes like, "Yo, what's up with her mic?" You know, and you would be like looking out for me. But there were a lot of shows that you couldn't make it to. And every time you couldn't make it, something was wrong with my mic too. Let's give it up for the ladies. That's what I would hate. Oh, we got a female MC coming to the stage. How about all the women make some noise? All the ladies make some noise. And it was very demeaning. It was minimized, you know. And you had this dude, I forgot his name. He looked like a monster. Me and Fess. Remember Fess? Me and Fess went to Brooklyn.
Oh yeah, shout out Fess.
And we was up there, and this guy literally looked like a monster, and they kept hyping him up. I told you this story. And he got up on there, on the stage, and was saying...
That's the dude whose face was burnt?
Yes, no. He said he liked the smell of burning babies. And he said, and flesh being burnt. And Fess looked at me, and I looked at him, and the crowd was hyping him up. Give it up for so-and-so. When it was my turn to get on the stage, they said, oh, the mic broke. And I said, that's okay. I could do it a cappella because I got a big mouth. You know, I can project my voice. Okay, they said, well, guess what? We don't have anything to play your music either. So just, conveniently, bullshit. The mic was broke and my music was messed up. So I said, okay, well, guess what? I'm still going on. And so when I went on, I remember, I was laughing because I got like split personality. So I was like giggling at first, and then I went up there, and then it was real raw and real serious. And at the end, I was like, y'all on some real freak shit, like that Roman dude Caligula. And I was like going in, and I was like, Medinah Starr, the ill empress, the conqueress. Fuck all that rapping and shit. Let's make it happen and shit. And then they was like, oh, the crowd just like went crazy. But it was so many times that you weren't even there. But every single time my mic was broken. So that's actually how I learned how to project my voice and running on a treadmill saying my rap. Because women rappers don't have breath control. If you look up Lil' Kim, look up Nicki Minaj, look up like famous women rappers, a lot of times when they perform, their music is playing in the background. I wasn't doing that. My instrumental was playing in the background. So I was jogging on a treadmill, spitting my bars on the treadmill as loud as I could to have breath control. And I got a heart condition.
Yeah. That's
you remember that?
Yeah, that's true.
I did it with the Hero freestyle. Running in place, Hero.
Yeah, that was the shit too. Yo, I want to touch on you got a chance to do a song with the legendary Guru from Gang Starr. I mean, right, like that was like right before he died. Let the people know about that. Like, how was that experience to actually go and record with a legend such as Guru?
Well, so before that, that was a good experience. But also before that, I was working on my album, and if you remember, I had I'll get to this story. But working with Guru, let me answer your question. I was on MySpace. MySpace was what was popping at the time.
MySpace was popping.
And if you remember, well, I'm saying to you if you remember, but people who know me or whoever follow Medinah Starr, I used to wear head wraps all the time. I was very political. And my look, wearing a head wrap, attracted a lot of 5%ers. Like a lot of people that was 5%ers, they rapped. They would, come into my page, Peace Earth, they wanted to collab with me. So Guru was introduced to me through a mutual friend because he was looking for a female to spit on one of these tracks. I was invited up to Nanuet, New York. I was invited to the studio up there. And me coming up there was a big deal. Like I was treated like a princess, a queen. Like, I mean, I came in and here, this is who they called the God. They used to call him the God. They used to call Rakim the God, and they like the God about to come in. And I remember everybody was on pins and needles, like, cause Guru's coming in. This is the Guru. Money's growing like grass with the mass appeal. And he came in and, I remember him shaking my hand and telling me that it was a pleasure for him to meet me. And that he was glad that I could come up there and, of course, then offer me food and drink, whatever you want, and I appreciate you and I want you on this track because I heard your voice. And he said, your voice is what I need. I need that voice on this track. And so that was good. And, I recorded it and, I felt like, I don't know. I felt like he would treat me like I was a peon or like I was less than. Yeah. But he had a great deal of respect, and I found out that he had went through my music on MySpace. So this wasn't like just random. Like he selected me, and there's a few other females that I'm not gonna mention that, you know, were up and coming at the time. And he was like, no, I need her voice and I need her image. You see, because there was an image associated with me as well. Like my revolutionary image, and I wasn't associated with anything that was demeaning towards women.
Yeah,
so
you was real big looking like India Irie and shit, but spitting like Nas. Shit was crazy.
That was my influence.
Head raps and bars. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta have a keep it real moment right now. You keep it real with me right now, right? Mm-hmm. Did you shit on Guru? Like, did you?
So
like,
that's what
on the track. Like,
so no,
you know what I mean?
I don't.
You came. You know, I heard you came.
He
kind of killed you, the legend on the track, and he had to re-record his shit.
I'm not even going to say that. That was not something that I put out there. Like, I got so much respect for Guru. I got so much respect for him. And it's like, that would be like me saying, oh, I went on a track with MC Lyte and I shitted on her. Or I went on a track with Queen Latifah and I shitted on her. I did not say that. What I did is I went on a track and I said what I had to say, and my verse was mixed down, and then he changed his verse, okay? And so people in the inner circle that knew that he changed his verse, they said, oh, LL did the same thing when he was like battling cannabis. And you know, it became this whole thing where if somebody changes their verse after they hear your verse, that means you shitted on them. So they had to change their verse. So what happened was this rumor got started saying that Guru changed his verse like 8 times or something after I left, after he heard my verse. But that was actually told to me, and it was put out on an internet outlet. But I never said that, because we got 2 different styles, and he's a legend. And when he was rapping, Guru was authentic Guru. So I have nothing but respect, and never in my mind did I think I shitted on him. But people were saying that, and you know, they tried to start some controversy, and it worked. It actually worked, because I had people from his camp reaching out to me saying, yo, don't you ever say you shitted on a god. And I'm like, I didn't say that. But if a fan want to say that, if a fan who's following Medinah Starr want to say, yo, she killed it.
Yeah, them 5%ers don't mess around, yo.
They was
had
like,
you eating falafel sandwiches forever.
They said, don't you ever say, but I never said that. And no, I don't feel like I shitted on him. That wasn't even one of my best verses. As a matter of fact, that's probably in my like, out of my worst verses, that's probably like in my top 10 worst verses, because I got my top 10 worst verses, and I got my top 10 favorite verses of all times. Yeah,
you know, out of all the, you know, songs you did with numerous people, who would you say that you know used to like recording the most with?
Man, I rap with so many people. And you're going to probably not agree. It will really be Access. And the reason why it be Access is because I really feel like we made each other better. Like, we made each other better because we would write together, and he's just one of those dynamic MCs that can hear the beat and sit down and write, and we would write together. And I remember he used to say, you play too much, you play all day, because we would sit in the studio and literally write like 3-4 songs together. And I remember he wrote the hook to one of my songs, and I was writing the verse while he was writing my hook. And as I'm writing the verse, I stopped and I said, Egg, you writing my hook? He said, yeah. I said, let me hear it. He said, no, you hear it when we record it. So we used to do little dumb stuff like surprise each other on a track. I wouldn't know what he wrote. He wouldn't know what I wrote. And that's kind of like what happened with Knock 'Em Out the Box. The song Knock 'Em Out the Box. Knock 'Em Out. I didn't know what he was writing. He didn't know what I was writing. All we knew is you write 8 bars and I'll write the other 8 bars. So we are on the same verse, and we don't know what the other one is writing. And it would organically flow together. And you know, he always challenged me to be better, and he had that laid back flow. So the contrast was good, because he'd be all laid back, and you know, then I come in.
Yeah, he got that laid back, like AZ Prodigy kind of style. You know what I'm saying?
And I would come in all loud, and I was the loud one and he was the calm one. And the cool part about it was that I love Brooklyn. You know, I love Brooklyn. So the whole ambiance